Thank you for using NRTS Online. Today's class is Developing Observational Skills. My name is John Cook and I will be your instructor. To get started, let's go through a few simple exercises. Look at the picture in front of you and answer this question. How many legs does this elephant have? You'd be surprised at how many different answers people come up with. Anywhere from 4 to 6. Of course, the correct answer is the elephant has 4 legs. But if you look at the picture hard enough and long enough, you can see 5 and even 6 legs. In this picture, do you see a face of a Native American or an Eskimo? Depending on how you look at it, you can see either one. The face of the Native American is looking forward. You can see the nose, the mouth, and the eye. And if you look at it another way, you can see the backside of an Eskimo wearing a white parka. You can see the Eskimo's legs and feet at the bottom. And it appears that he's in a snowstorm. What do you see when you look at this photo? Now if you'll tilt your head slightly to the right and just keep tilting your head to the right until you can read the slide, it actually spells out liar, L-I-A-R. A man playing a horn or a woman's silhouette? And you can see that you can see both. In the black, if you simply concentrate on the black, you'll see the silhouette of a man playing a horn. If you concentrate on the white area, you can see the face of a female. Many of you have probably seen this before. If you keep staring at the black dot at the center of the page, after a short while the gray haze around it will appear to shrink. Are the horizontal lines parallel or do they slope? Most people, matter of fact 9 out of 10, say that the horizontal lines slope when actually they're parallel. About the only way that I could tell is to take a ruler and hold up to them. When looking at this slide, what do you see? Many people say puzzle pieces, but if you look at it closely enough, you'll see that the white areas spell out the word lift, L-I-F-T. The following slides that we looked at were simply there to show you that not everyone sees things the same way. One of the worst things that can happen when arriving on a crime scene, in my past experience, is to have 5 or 6 eyewitnesses. Because when you separate these people and start talking to them, no one saw the same thing. Everyone saw something different. In our profession, we are called upon to identify persons, places, and things for 2 reasons: to describe them yourself, and to be able to identify them from descriptions made by others. Observation should proceed methodically as follows. First, general characteristics such as sex, race, color of skin, height, build, weight, and age. Second, specific characteristics such as color of hair, eyes, shape of head and face, distinguishing marks and scars, mannerisms, and habits. Thirdly, changeable characteristics such as the clothing worn, use of cosmetics, hairstyle, and so forth at the time of observation. Every individual has some distinguishing characteristic or combination of characteristics which will set him or her apart from other persons. Some of the general characteristics are sex, race, Caucasian, African American, American Indian, Mongolian, Asian, Malayan, height, Exact or estimated. When estimated, use 2-inch blocks to describe the height of a person. Continuing with general characteristics, a person's build. Heavy, slim, medium build. Include posture. Are they hunchback? Do they stand straight? General or specific. Weight. Use exact or estimated. If you know how much they weigh from a ID card or a DL, then give that number. If estimated, estimated in 5 to 10 pound blocks. In other words, a person between the weight of 250 and 270. Age, actual or estimated. When you're estimating someone's age, use a 5-year block. 40 to 45 years of age, 50 to 55. Complexion. Is it pale, fair, dark, ruddy, sickly pale, or flushed, clear, pimpled, freckled? Don't forget makeup habits in females. Some specific characteristics. Describe persons along systematic lines, usually beginning with the head and then progressing downward. When describing someone's head, talk about size and shape. Here you have the common shapes used to describe a person's head. Egg-shaped, high in the crown, bulging in the back, round, flat in the back, or flat on top, with round being the most common shape. When looking at someone in profile, divide the head into 3 parts or sections. The forehead, which is from the hairline to the eyebrows. The nose, which is from the eyebrow to the tip of the nose. And the mouth and chin, which is from the tip of the nose to the bottom of the chin. When talking about the face, is it round, square, oval, broad, or long? As seen from the front. Here are examples of each shape. When talking about someone's hair, describe their color as blonde, light or dark, brown, light or dark, red, light or dark, auburn, black, gray, streaked or mixed, and white. A careful observer can often determine whether a person is wearing a toupee or other hairpiece. Continuing with the hair, is it receding? Is the person bald? Here are some terms used to describe levels of baldness. When you're ready, advance to the next slide. In describing someone's forehead, as seen in profile, is it high, medium, low, sloping? Here are the 5 descriptives for the forehead. You have receding, medium, which most people fall under, vertical, prominent, and bulging. The forehead. Is it wide, medium, or narrow? And when you look at these, you can think of someone that fits in each category. A person's eyebrows. The color, including any difference from the hair color. Slant from the center, horizontal, slanted up, slanted down. Are they straight or arched? Separated or connected? Length and texture. Plucked, penciled, with with women describe as a natural or artificial appearance. In describing eyes, are they deep set or sunken? Medium or bulging? Separation, is it wide, medium, or narrow? Are the eyes crossed, watery, or red? Color of the iris. Notice the eyelids, normal, drooping, are they puffy? Eyelashes, long, medium, short, straight, curled, or drooping? Eyeshadow, none. Light eyeshadow, dark, specific color, pattern. And eyeglasses, try to describe in detail. A careful observer may even recognize contact lenses. What do you see in this slide? Many people see the profile of a young female. She's looking to your left. You can see the tip of her nose, her eyebrow, black hair. She's wearing some type of cap because there's a feather coming out the top of it. A lot of people see an old hag wearing a white scarf on her head. You can see at the very bottom the tip of her long chin. People see different things when they look at this. When describing noses, follow the examples that you see here. Flat, small, medium, large. And the line, is the nose concave, straight, convex or hooked, Roman, aquiline. A person's mouth, small, medium, or large, as shown in the examples here. The lips, thin, medium, or thick. The natural lines of the lips, are they accented, extended, minimized, or altered in any way? Mustache and beard. Does the person have chin whiskers? If so, what type? Does the person have a full beard? Does the person have some special style? You can see the examples here in front of you. There are many ways to describe a person's chin. Normal in appearance, receding, jutting or protruding, small or pointed, large or square, small, long pointy chin, a cleft chin, or double chin. Person's ears, the shape, round, triangular, rectangular. The earlobe, descending, square, medium, or gulfed. A person's neck, short or long, straight or curved, thin or thick, Adam's apple, large, medium, small. The cheeks, full, bony, angular, fleshy, sunken or flat. The cheekbones, high, medium, or receding. In the case of women, makeup habits should be noted. Arms, are they long, medium, or short in comparison to the rest of the body? The palm should normally fall halfway between the hips and the knees. Hands and fingers. Hands, small, medium, or large in relation to the size of the individual. Peculiarities should be noted in detail. Fingers, long, medium, or short. thin, medium, or thick, stubby. Note any deformities, such as a missing finger, disfigured nails, crooked fingers, and so forth. Shoulders. Narrow, medium, or broad? Are the shoulders square, round, or is one lower than the other? The trunk. Overall, is it long, medium, or short? Chest, deep, medium, or flat, as seen in profile? The back, straight, curved, humped, bowed, as viewed in profile, straight or curved as viewed from the rear? Waist, small, medium, or large? The abdomen, flat, medium, or protruding? Hips, broad, medium, or narrow as seen from the front? Small, medium, or large as seen in profile? The observer must keep in mind the basic differences between male and female figures. Legs, long, medium, or short in comparison with the rest of the body? Average or medium legs combined with the hips constitute about half of the body length. Straight, bowed, or knock-kneed? Musculature is slight, medium, or heavy? Feet, small, medium, or large in relation to the body size? Deformities and peculiarities such as pigeon-toed, flat-footed, club-footed, and so forth should be noted. Marks and scars. Note such identifying marks as birthmarks, moles, warts, tattoos, and scars. All should be identified as to size, shape, color, and body location. Speech. The tone and manner of a person's speech may often be very important in his or her description. Note any accent or recognize whether the pattern of speech is crude or cultured. Since a person can change their clothes, its value for descriptive purposes is limited. It can be useful in the short run and to establish patterns of dress. Personal appearance. Neat or untidy, well-groomed or unkept, refined or rough. Mannerisms and habits. Often the peculiar mannerisms or traits of a person will constitute the major or key parts of his or her description. Feminine traits in men, masculine traits in women. Peculiarities in walking, moving, or talking. Outward emotional instability, nervousness, indecision. Types of companions preferred. Subconscious mannerisms such as scratching the nose, hitching up the pants, jingling keys, flipping coins, and so forth. Are there any facial tics, muscular twitches, excessive talking with the hands? Kinds of recreation preferred or hobbies pursued? Jewelry worn, types of jewelry preferred. Let's talk now about observing objects. In the previous slide, how much did you see? What is the make of the automobile with the trailing gas hose? Name any of the highways at the upcoming intersection. What's the speed limit? Was there a red car anywhere in the picture? Now you may say, well, I only spent just a few seconds on that slide before I advanced. But in real life, when you're doing surveillance, how long do you actually get to look at something? Usually just a few seconds or more. What we're going to do here is learn how to observe. Looking at the slide again, now take a little more time and look around from left to right. You'll notice things like the speed limit sign on the left, the make of the vehicle, the tag number. At the intersection, the street signs. You'll notice there is no red vehicle. You have to train yourself to see everything around you, A lot of times something like the hose hanging from the gas tank is going to catch your eyes, and it's the only thing you're going to look at. Be methodical. An investigator who is observing physical objects for later description should always follow a pattern of observation. Proceed from general characteristics to specific characteristics. The type of item, for instance, car, the size and color. Specific distinguishing characteristics. Is it a convertible? Hardtop. Make and model designation. Distinguishing marks indicating damage or alteration. Identifying numbers, markings, or labels when present. When observing places, purpose 1 is for crime scene investigation and preservation. Surveillance to detect crime or activity. Observation pattern will change depending upon the environment, but some patterns should always be used. While observing a location, record the scene immediately upon arrival. List any vehicles in the drive. What lights are on or off at the residence or other location. Are there any signs of movement? If so, where? What is the position of any children's toys or lawn tools in the yard? Newspaper delivery. Anything else unique? And photograph if possible. Also record any change in lighting pattern indicating occupation, exact times and rooms, the time and description of all persons who enter or leave the location, description of any sounds coming from the location, indicate whether these are actual voices or possible TV and radio sounds. Is there any TV flicker? Any change visible or audible at the location? Let's talk about developing a pattern for quick observation. And a lot of times this is what we're doing, such as a drive-by, and we only have a few seconds to see what we're looking at. So observe people first if present. Do an initial quick scan of the surroundings. Note vehicles, license tags if visible. Look at the structure and find the doors. Check the windows for lights, movement, TV flicker, and so on. And listen. When observing a room, observe people first. Check lighting sources. Observe all the doors. Are they open or closed? Note furniture and placement. Pay attention to color and fabric patterns. Be aware of anything that appears out of place in the room. Look for incidentals such as ashtrays, books, eyeglasses, drinking containers, and so forth. This will tell you a lot about the people who live there. In general, observe the room from top down. In closing, develop the habit of observing instead of just looking. You'll be surprised at what you've been missing. Thank you for using NRTS Online.